Hello world. It's just having a tidy up, and I thought it might be nice if I shared with you what I've learnt about glazing over the last year. If you're like me, we all have a tendency to go out, start off with, and buy pots of glaze, which will cost you upwards of £20, which is $30 or whatever. And I thought I'd show you alternatives to that, so that you can glaze on a budget to start off with. For less than half that price, probably no more than £5 or £6, which is $7.5, $8, maybe 10. You can get a tub full of glaze like this. So I thought I'd just talk you through the basic dry ingredients you need in order to get as much glaze to play with as you possibly can to start off with. Right, well, here we go. I use two base glazes. The first is this, which is a leadless opaque glaze, in other words a white glaze, and the other is this, which is just a clear base glaze. They're both earthenware, and for colourings I've got copper oxide, manganese dioxide, and some red iron oxide. The red iron oxide, when mixed with the white glaze, base glaze, can give anything from mustardy yellow to quite a dark brown. The mustard yellow you can see here in my little jam jar, which I quite like this glaze. The manganese dioxide can give anything from a brown or almost yellow to a purple. Depends how it's mixed and how it's fired. I've had some quite nice, very dark purples out of that. Unfortunately I don't have anything to show you because everything's gone to friends, but and the copper oxide, it gives green. If it's mixed with the white base glaze, it can give absolutely anything from light greens through turquoise to quite dark greens, and with a clear glaze it can give quite interesting effects, which I don't know if you can see on the ginger jar here. You get a kind of running on the pot, and the varying thickness of the glaze makes it greener, which is quite interesting. With the clear glaze straight over the earthenware that I use, you can see it goes kind of brown, but the white slip shows through really well. You can see that here on my mug as well. And if you mix more of it, you get a more chocolatey brown, which you can see on my big old pint mug here. So the point really is, with all these glazes, is you can get an awful lot of colours without spending very much money. In total here there's probably no more than £30 worth, if that, which is what, $45, and with that I can get 20, 30, maybe even 40 different glazes out of it. Obviously it depends on how much glaze you want. From the two 5 kilo bags I've got here and here, I'll fill between 4 and 6 of the big tubs. So obviously if I want to just do smaller amounts of glaze I can do, but I'll use base glazes quite a lot. I have a tendency to stick with clear glaze and with the white glaze with the iron oxide added to get that effect on my pots. So play around, don't spend a lot of money, and see what you can make for yourself. To end with, I thought I'd show you very quickly very badly done test tiles. These are what I've got so far from those few ingredients. There's a turquoise colour here, a lighter one here, there's a kind of a mauvey colour here, and another very light green here. So you can do quite a lot with very little. Don't necessarily do as I do, it's just a hint, just so that it gives you something to think about, rather than going out and spending hundreds of pounds on glazes, most of which you'll never use. If you just buy a few dry ingredients and sit and play with them, obviously it'll take you a good while to weigh them out into very small amounts and everything, but you can save yourself an awful lot of money doing that when you're starting off. So just a, I hope, useful suggestion for you.